Hi everyone, welcome back. If you're new here, I'm Razia and I'm here to help you make better skincare choices. Make sure to subscribe down below, hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any of my uploads. And if you want more content from me, make sure you check out my Instagram and TikTok as well. Today we're talking about one of my favorite steps of the skincare routine, and that's using a moisturizer. Moisturizing is an essential step for everyone, and it should be something that's included in everyone's skincare routine. Especially if you're like me and you have dry skin, you know exactly how important it is to make sure you're using the right moisturizer for your skin type. And that's what we're covering today. We're going to talk a little bit about moisturizers, what they are, what they do for the skin, and why they're so important. And then we're going to go through some product recommendations as well, and they're going to be broken up by skin type. So whether you have oily skin, combo skin, dry skin, hopefully I have a product recommendation or a moisturizer recommendation for you. Using a moisturizer usually makes up one of the final steps of your skincare routine, both in the morning and in the evening. They kind of just seal everything into the skin. They'll seal in whatever products you applied beforehand, and they seal in the hydration into the skin as well. And that way, when you apply your moisturizer in the morning, the hydration is locked into your skin for the duration of the day. And you apply the moisturizer at night, the hydration is locked into your skin all night long. And hydration is really, really important for the skin. I think a lot more important than we might realize. I think there's a lot of focus on using different actives and exfoliating and vitamin C and all of these other things, but hydration really is a crucial part of keeping your skin really nice and healthy. Without being properly hydrated, your skin really isn't able to function at its best. So yes, all those other things are good for the skin and definitely have their benefits, but before even worrying about any of that, it's important to have the foundations of your skincare routine down, and hydrating and moisturizing is definitely a really important part of your skincare. And yes, this does go for all skin types: oily, acne prone, combo, sensitive, dry, obviously. Whatever your skin type is, moisturizing is important for your skin. Now we know moisturizing is important for all of us. It doesn't matter what our skin type is. The difference here is that there are different moisturizers out there that will suit our skin types. I've definitely tried my fair share of moisturizers in my time, so today I'm going to just share the best of the best moisturizer recommendations and the skin types that I think they're suited for as well. Before I start listing off my favorites, I'm really curious. I want to know what moisturizer you guys are loving and using in your skincare routines. So let me know in the comments down below what your skin type is and what your favorite moisturizer is. Now let's start with the moisturizer recommendations for oily skin. The preferred moisturizer texture for oily skin tends to be a gel moisturizer or a gel to cream kind of a texture. And I do have recommendations across all price points, so whether you want something that you can find at the chemist or you want something that feels a little bit fancy, hopefully I've got all of your preferences covered in this one. I'm going to start with some of the more affordable options first. The first chemist moisturizer recommendation that I have for you, this really shouldn't take anyone by surprise: CeraVe. Specifically, the CeraVe PM Facial Moisturizing Lotion. CeraVe have a bunch of moisturizers that they have available. This one specifically, the PM lotion, I think is the best one for oilier skin. The texture for this one is pretty much perfect for those that don't want a heavy moisturizer. It's extremely lightweight and absorbs into the skin very easily. It's got all the ingredients you expect a good moisturizer to have. It's got glycerin, triglycerides. You've also got niacinamide in here, which is really nice for those of you with oily skin. And you've got ceramides in here as well, of course. It does say on the packaging for normal to dry skin. I would just completely disregard that. This is not a good enough moisturizer for dry skin, trust me. Another chemist option, if you want a really affordable, super lightweight moisturizer, is this one. This is the Cetaphil Daily Hydrating Lotion. Again, it says for normal to very dry skin. Absolutely not. Disregard that, please. The texture for this one kind of reminds me of like a hydrating serum, but I know for the right skin type, this is definitely going to work really well as a moisturizer. As you can see the texture, it's extremely thin and watery and very, very lightweight, and definitely very good for those that don't want anything too heavy or rich on the skin. This type of moisturizer will definitely provide you with the hydration and the moisture that you need without any of the heaviness. We've got glycerin in this one. We've also got hyaluronic acid and urea, and basically a really nice combination of ingredients to keep the skin hydrated and moisturized. Keeping it with the chemist brands, we have Aveeno. This is the Aveeno Daily Moisturizing Lotion. This one actually contains colloidal oatmeal. It's something Aveeno includes in pretty much all of their products, I think. Colloidal oatmeal has really good properties for keeping the skin really nourished and hydrated. Colloidal oatmeal is also really soothing for the skin as well. So if you have any sensitive areas or any irritation at all, including a product with oatmeal can really help with that as well. It's a little more on the creamy side compared to the CeraVe and the Cetaphil, but it's definitely still quite lightweight and not rich or heavy or greasy on the skin whatsoever. I think this one would be a really great option for those with more combo skin. If you have combo skin, you probably have areas of your skin that are more dry and others that are more oily. So a moisturizer that has a little bit of a creaminess to it but is not heavy would probably be ideal for you. And I think that's why this one would be really good for those of you with combo skin. Next, for the chemist options, we have Bondi Sands. Last week, I did a full brand review for the Bondi Sands skincare line. If you haven't checked that one out yet, make sure you go and check that out after this video, of course. The Bondi Sands line had 2 moisturizers. We had the Daytime Moisturizer and the Sweet Dreams Moisturizer. I believe the Daytime Moisturizer is a really good option for those with combo skin as well. It isn't as much of a gel textured moisturizer as the CeraVe or the Cetaphil. It is a little bit more on the creamy side. Despite being a cream, it has a really whipped texture, which makes it really light and airy. So not heavy on the skin whatsoever. It's quite light and nice to use as well. So if you're wanting a gel textured moisturizer, I don't think that would be good for you. But if you want something that's kind of whipped and airy, then you might like that one. So for oily and combo skin, those are all the drugstore or chemist options that I have for you. I do have a couple more options, but they're just a little bit higher in the price range. The first one I have for you can find this one at Sephora. This is the Laneige Water Sleeping Mask. I know this one's technically called a sleeping mask, but in my opinion, that doesn't really mean anything. Sleeping masks are just moisturizers. Am I wrong? Maybe, but that's my opinion. This is a really light gel to cream kind of a texture. Extremely lightweight. It's definitely a really good option for those of you with oily skin. Hydrates the skin really nicely, but you will not feel this. You will not feel this on your skin. You apply it and it basically disappears, and that's it. Another option from Mecca is the Glow Recipe Watermelon Gel Lotion. Again, as it says in the title, it is a gel textured lotion. It's got a watermelon scent to it, so if that's something you might appreciate, then you might want to check out the Glow Recipe one. So if there's anyone wondering why I haven't tried Glow Recipe or I don't really mention it in my content, it's because I really just do not like things that smell like fruit. It's a very specific thing to be fussy about, but you know, it is what it is. That's pretty much why I haven't tried anything from the Glow Recipe brand. I do hear good things about Glow Recipe, but unfortunately it's just not a brand that I'm willing to try. I will say my sister did try the Glow Recipe Watermelon Gel Lotion. She has oily skin and is very particular about the moisturizers she uses, and she did try out the Glow Recipe one and loved it. My last moisturizer recommendation for oily skin is the Clinique Moisture Surge. This one is a true gel cream. It's a really nice product to use. I used up a jar of this and I really enjoyed it. For me, it was more like I was applying a hyaluronic acid serum just in a jar form, I'm not gonna lie. But is it a nice product? Definitely. And is it definitely a good moisturizer for oily skin? Yes, definitely. And now let's move on to moisturizer recommendations for dry skin. So first, let's go through some options that are available at the chemist. As you might expect, the moisturizers in this dry skin category are on the thicker side. Some of them are thicker than others, so I will distinguish between the really thick, rich ones and the ones that are just a normal level of thickness, if that makes sense. Let's start with the chemist options, and of course I have to get this one out of the way. This is my tried and true CeraVe Moisturizing Cream. I love this moisturizer. I think I will always just have one of these available in my stash somewhere because you can always just rely on it. You can always just go back to it and you know that it won't let you down. It's such a good moisturizer. Yes, it does have that thickness to it, but it's not an overwhelming kind of thickness. And it also just absorbs into the skin really nicely, and it's so easy and so nice to use. Big fan of the CeraVe Moisturizing Cream. Another great option from the chemist is the QV Night Cream. This one, texturally, I would compare it to the CeraVe. It has that thickness, but again, it absorbs really nicely into the skin and you don't really feel it sitting on top of your skin. This one, ingredients wise, you've got safflower oil in here. I think you've got niacinamide in here as well, along with the glycerin and hyaluronic acid, all of which together make up a really, really nice product. And one thing I really liked about the QV one was the packaging. It actually comes in a nice little jar, so it does kind of have a little bit of that luxe feel. So if you want something that's on the more affordable side but has that luxe kind of feel, then maybe go for the QV night cream. Jar moisturizers, I don't know what it is about a moisturizer in a jar, but it just feels special. The last option for the Chemist moisturizers is the Olay Ultra Rich Cream. This one I mentioned maybe in one of my monthly favorites videos a few videos back. Extremely rich. It says ultra rich on the packaging. They were not lying. The thing that really impressed me with the Olay Ultra Rich Cream is that even though it was as rich as it was, somehow when you apply it, you don't feel that heaviness on the skin whatsoever. Really surprising considering just how thick it is. Man, was it a really, really nice cream to use. Really enjoyed that one. With Olay at Chemist Warehouse or Priceline, they're always going on half price sales, so wait for them to go on sale, wait for them to go half price and then buy it. I wouldn't really buy Olay full price because I know they're gonna go half price in like a week anyway. And now for some other options that you won't find at the chemist. This is the La Clinica Deep Hydration Moisture Cream. This is such a nice product. If you want to splurge on a really, really, really good moisturizer. Again, I mentioned this was in one of my monthly favorites videos some time ago. Ingredients wise, it's incredible. I'll just read some of them out. Niacinamide, ceramides, cholesterol, essential fatty acids, hyaluronic acids, oat beta-glucane, allantoin, panthenol, plant oils and extracts. Terrific, terrific, terrific product. Love it. And that's basically it. Those are all of my moisturizer recommendations. I hope there were enough options in there to cover all the different skin types out there. If there are any that you're unsure of, leave them in the comments below and I can get back to you and hopefully help you out with that one as well. If you found this video helpful, make sure you leave me a like down below. It really does help out my small channel. If you found this helpful, make sure you subscribe as well. And don't go anywhere. Check out last week's video where I reviewed the Bondi Sands skincare line, and I'll see you in the next one.